All right, cool. We're live.
All right.
So, Kris, thank you for coming out to watch me break down my little campsite. I'll just break it down and you can ask me questions as I go, because I know you're curious about my project.
Yeah, well, I love seeing this spot. It's gorgeous. Beautiful morning.
So Kris is my beloved aunt who has been there for me through thick and thin.
That's right. You're my first nephew.
Oh yeah, that's right, the firstborn.
Yeah. Are we just unhooking?
Yeah, there's little clips there.
I see that. But I don't see how they work. I got it.
It takes the rain. That's just a rain cover.
Yeah,
so you can pull that off.
Okay.
That's going to be your job. You can fold that up.
All right, I'm a good folder.
So yeah, Kris had to come and see my campsite.
Yeah, I was a camper hiker from way back.
Yeah, we were always doing that stuff when we were young.
Marshall's dad is my older brother, Bill. And he and I were very close growing up.
Yep, Mr. Billy.
Oh, look at that nice pad.
Yeah, so this is a Sub-Zero sleeping bag.
Yeah, and I'm noticing your little insulate type pad.
Yeah, so that's really important.
Is this the one that you blow up by yourself?
Yeah, I'll show you how that works.
Cool.
So right there, you see that?
Yeah. Twist it?
Yep, twist it.
It stays on.
Yep, it doesn't go anywhere. Yep, just twist it all the way.
And then you roll it?
I'll show you how I do this. So this I lay down, and then I'll show you what I do. I push all the air out of it. This is the best way that I've discovered.
Yeah. Not rolling it?
Well, you can.
So what you would normally do probably is just open it up while you're laying down.
While I'm laying down,
yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to try this.
I'll let you, but you got to fold it 3 ways because it folds up really small.
Okay. Well, I'm just getting the air out.
All right.
And I can hear it. This is neat. What do these cost?
That one was $50.
$50, but it's so light. When I used to go hiking, we had these insulate pads, and they were really pretty big. They were like a foam pad.
Yeah.
But they were almost as big as a sleeping bag, you know? I mean, the equipment now is just so amazing.
Yeah.
This would be awesome. I could backpack if I had everything nice and light like this.
Yeah, a lot of this gear is like built for like the winter time.
Yeah.
Once I get through the winter, then I'll lighten I might even get it. That pack itself is heavy.
All right, so I got most of the air out. And so then you say you fold it in thirds?
Yeah, I fold it in half first.
This way?
No, the other way.
The other way? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I fold it again.
The long way again?
Yep, long way again.
Okay.
I get it usually, as long because you got to start from the other end where the
go towards
not at.
Yeah. And then you roll it.
And then I roll it tight. Yeah.
Got it.
And I have the bag over there for that. If we're lucky, maybe I can get a picture of a beaver if one comes by.
Oh, and I'd love to see one. We went canoeing with the kids one time on the Charles River, I think. Pretty sure it was Charles River, yeah. And saw a beaver, but they're pretty secretive, you know? You don't usually see them during the day.
They're nocturnal. That's what I found.
Right.
I don't see them during the day, but at night they're swimming all over the place.
Yeah.
I put a picture of one in the last vlog that
I'll have to check that out. I didn't see yesterday's.
I didn't even put it out on the thing yet.
I hope I'm going to have this small enough by the time I get done.
I know it's kind of a struggle, but if you can fit it, you just got to squeeze it into that bag.
Oh, I got close. Now should I tighten it up so it won't?
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right. I think I'm going to be able to do it.
So that's a lifesaver. I think
That is so great. Where'd you get it?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, and they have them on.
I'm gonna have to mention this to Danielle.
No, that one I got at Walmart, but they have them on Amazon. I got them on the Amazon wish list for the donations.
Okay, that's so cool.
So any urban survivalist, perfect. There you go. It's better than what I do. If you want, this is fun.
Okay.
So this sleeping bag, you got to stuff in here.
Oh, I like stuffing.
But that thing, it puffs out, so like it's a struggle.
Is it down?
I don't know what they put in there.
Fibergel?
Probably some type of synthetic.
Synthetic, yeah,
fluffy
it is.
Stuff.
It is. Cool. So I checked out there's a place called the Station 5 Grill, I think it is. It's
Okay.
right near the Roach Brothers.
All right.
And it seems to be rated pretty good, and it opens at 7. So we'll go grab some good breakfast.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life, I've been trying to put on more weight
Yeah.
so I don't freeze to death.
And do you feel like you're maintaining your weight?
Yeah, I'm heavy right now.
Yeah, I knew you started heavy, but I didn't know if you've lost. Have you lost yet? It's
No,
been
I
almost a
haven't.
month.
I eat whenever I can, and
But it's not always the freshest, vegetables and fruit. It's probably more filling food than necessarily healthy. Okay, so I got it in.
all right.
What's this?
All right, so how that works? Well, actually, you're pretty good at that. I'm surprised.
Well, I've
All right,
done
so-
this before.
So let me see this. All right, this flips over here.
Okay. Oh. Will it keep it dry in the rain?
This, probably not.
Yeah.
I keep it in the pack at all times. There's a lot of straps.
And the pack is pretty waterproof?
No,
No.
there's like
But you can put like a plastic bag over it or something.
yeah, in the bottom of the pack, there's a canopy that I could put over the bag or whatever, like a little
right.
cover.
A rain cover, sure.
So this,
Ah.
and you just pull these
Very
straps down and it
nice.
shrinks up.
Wow. They've thought of everything.
There's straps on the outside of that bag where I can tie stuff on the outside, but I try to keep everything inside the bag. It's just like a better center of gravity.
Well, and it doesn't advertise as much that you've got your home on your back,
Yeah. I've been saying a lot that like I'm homeless or unhoused and things like that, and a lot of people seem to react to that
Sure.
like as if it's negative. So
Well, people aren't used to intelligent, functioning. Not that homeless people aren't intelligent, they are. But if they're abusing, they're not always able to function as well as if they weren't,
yeah, and
Sure.
there's a lot of prejudice with like homeless, where it's like they have drug problems or psychological problems, but that I've noticed that that's not always the case. Some
No.
people that are homeless are pretty sharp. So I've gone
very intelligent.
to saying occasionally, like I've switched it up a little bit, and I call myself an urban survivalist.
There you go.
Yeah, it sounds better.
If you were saying you were hiking across the country, people would think very differently than if you just said you were homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You want
Well,
me to
like-
zip while you...
Yeah, please, because like I'm always struggling with this thing.
Yeah.
it's an everyday battle.
Once
you get it past the threshold, you're good. I'll let you take it now.
If that's the biggest battle you have today, it won't be a bad day.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful day today.
And everything cinches up, like with these here.
Oh, yeah.
See how it has like these little...
Yeah.
So you pull these out, put that in there.
Wow.
There you go.
That's amazing. I need to go backpacking again.
Yeah, you could do that. All right, so put that puffy
this
one
goes
in there.
in?
Yep.
Like this way or straight down?
I put it so that the little handle's always up.
Got it.
So I can pull it right out.
Got it. That's thinking.
Yep. Here.
And you got something else down here.
Yeah, you can pull it out to the side. That's probably the mat.
Okay. And then this goes next to it?
Yep. I actually brought my extra jacket out here. I thought I was going to be freezing.
Well, it's been unseasonably warm.
And everything else just kind of gets stuffed in there.
Stuff it in.
So here, I'll let you do the honors.
Why, thank you.
Another beautiful day.
It's going to be almost 80 today.
Really?
This is nice.
I'm going to be traveling, so.
So you're taking the train up to North Shore?
Yeah, I got to go up to the North Shore.
And what about this stuff?
You can pack that. That can get packed in there.
Really?
It'll go. Like you can pack above.
Yeah.
And so right here, the way that this works is this comes up. There you go.
All right. Nothing you need in these pockets?
No. That's a ski jacket just in case it gets real cold.
Yeah, you'll be needing it. Do you have a down jacket for the winter?
Well, this one has like down in it. So at this point, I'll just double the 2 jackets. Like that one goes over this one. And then I have leggings on.
Yeah.
To keep me warm. So
there you go.
And when that doesn't work, I'm going to probably have to figure something out.
Well, and when the really cold weather is here, hopefully you'll look for a shelter.
I'm going to have to go into the shelter system.
Yeah.
So the shelter system's good out here. The company Smock seems to take care of people pretty well. There's another shelter in Middleborough, I believe, called Roland's House, which is really, I hear really good things.
Good.
So, and what I've been learning about out in Western Mass is because the way the economy is and real estate prices, there's a lot of people that are struggling. They're indigent. You know, they're on the brink of being homeless. More people are becoming homeless. We have the refugee problem. Well, I don't want to say problem, but it's an insurgence an insurgence of refugees.
Yeah.
So the system is overloaded. I talked to a woman from the 211 hotline. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So the 211 hotline, it's a resource hotline where people could call in if they need social assistance. And they help people find the resources in a given area, whether it be food, shelter, housing, whatever it may be. Social services like DTA, which are food stamps and other services, it connects them to those services because people don't know where to find this stuff.
How would you find out about 211?
Well, I've been talking about it. I interviewed.
You would, but if I was homeless, I wouldn't know anything about. I've heard of 411 and 911, but not 211.
So that's a really good question.
Yeah.
So if you want to find out about 211, the best thing to do is connect with, I say food resources are first. Because if you're homeless in an area and you need help, the first thing you need is food. When you connect with the pantries or you come into the soup kitchens,
they would know about 211.
You ask about where the resources are, and they should know about something like 211. Mm-hmm. Everyone should know about that.
So I can dial that on my phone.
Yeah, go.
Anyway,
yeah. You can call them up and say, "My name's Kris, and I'm in dire need of help."
Wow. And I suppose if you called 911, if you were freezing in the winter, you called 911, they could direct you to 211.
Yeah, so the police are there to help people that are in need of service. Mm-hmm. And that's something I used to do when working with people, is if it was freezing cold out or something, or they're in dire need of shelter, call the police. Right. And the police they'll
connect you.
They'll keep you warm. They'll get you. They'll bring you to a hospital, and through those different services, they should connect you into they should, and hopefully they would connect you into the greater services.
Yeah.
Which isn't always the case.
Really?
I've heard stories.
Wow.
I haven't been too vocal about some of the things I've heard because I'm trying to stay positive.
Well, and I imagine like in Boston, where it's such a big issue, the police might have different feelings about what they're dealing with than people out here, because they deal with it so much and so many different types.
Yeah,
You think they get tired?
I think the police in Boston are trained to be accommodating to people that are struggling out in the streets. They don't seem to bother the people in the street.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot of people will sleep in open air areas in public.
Right.
They don't get bothered.
Yeah, I've seen that in a lot of cities.
There's a statute too. It's a recent one. I put it on the Facebook group.
Okay.
That outlines the fact it's not illegal to be homeless. It's not a crime.
Right.
It's not something you want to punish people for. That's
right.
They expanded on that statute recently.
Good.
And the police seem to be pretty helpful. But what do you do sometimes if somebody doesn't have? We can't live other people's lives. It's a process of being able to give them what they need because each case is individualized.
Yeah, I suppose the question would be, are they endangering anyone besides themselves? So the police would have to, I just thought I saw something over there. The police would have to consider if there's an impact from what a homeless person's doing. That could be negative for the rest of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, besides heavy drug use, I haven't seen a lot of violence or aggressiveness.
Good.
A little pockets here and there. Some of it's in the YouTubes and things.
What about though, I mean, you had mentioned, I haven't read all your blogs, but you mentioned that you would advocate for homeless people to get access to Planet Fitness places.
Yes. I think they should have access to these resources. It's not expensive.
Right. So then my thought was, yes, that'd be great, but how would Planet Fitness feel about that and the rest of the clientele? And I thought, well, okay. Unfortunately, a lot of us have negative attitudes towards people who aren't like us, homeless, maybe a little more smelly, a little less refined. And so would they be negative about it? And is it just an emotional thing, or is there anything that would be physically endangering by having a homeless community mixing with a non-homeless community? And the only thing I could think of that would be dangerous would be needles. And, I couldn't think of anything else. Is there any other reason why a person who's not homeless should fear a homeless person being in their space?
No. From what I've seen, the majority of people that are unhoused that I've met are not dangerous in any way. The drug use is a huge problem.
Right.
I've been very vocal about making policies that have interventions set in place. I call it an intervention because the state nowadays is against these punitive measures for people that struggle with substance use disorder. And so am I. I don't want to see people be hurt or damaged for having a problem like that. But
there's
whereas
been a lot of change there.
Yes. You have people using dangerous illicit narcotics in the view of police in the middle of the streets in the public and being allowed to do that. I think that they should come in and say, no, that you're not allowed to use illegal drugs in the view of public eye in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And there should be a process where if somebody's caught doing that, they're arrested, put in front of a judge, and given an option. Either go to treatment or do a short, like a month in prison or something, a very short stint. And in that way, not only are you giving them a choice because they did something illegal, and the chances are the majority is going to take treatment.
Right.
And they might get the help they need or be able to make a decision that this is unhealthy. But you're going to be curbing that behavior of public illicit narcotic use, which frightens the public and makes the problem of addiction and homelessness even more stigmatized.
Right.
It's put in our faces. They do have the ability to get people off the street. They do have the ability to, enforce people to not use drugs in the street, but they choose not to. And the public's upset about it, and living in it and seeing it firsthand.
Yeah.
I've decided that is not a good policy.
It's not helpful for anybody. Yeah. In my realm, I don't run into homeless people very much. Every now and then, but I don't deal with it day to day, so I'm not familiar with how people feel about it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully over time, the more I do and learn and see and
I know.
record.
I'm going to get an education.
Well, thank you, Kris, for coming out here and helping me pack up my camp.
Yes, let's go get some breakfast.
Let's get some breakfast.
Yeah. Sun's coming up.